Today we pause not to celebrate, but to remember. We pause for the brave, the fallen, those who made a choice to give up their tomorrows so that we could keep ours. To set aside their dreams so that ours could continue. You see, their courage was not an accident. It began with a decision. They chose to run into danger, into the unknown, into the storm, not because it was easy, but because it was right. They didn't run from fear, they ran into it, armed only with resolve so that freedom would not fail. Because freedom, my friend, is never free. It is purchased with sacrifice, paid for with blood, and secured by choices made in quiet convictions on distant shores and battlefields we may never see. And those who paid that price, they were not born heroes. They became heroes by choice. Ordinary Americans, farmers and factory workers, teachers and truck drivers, sons and daughters, mothers and fathers who looked at a moment in time and said, I will go. They chose duty over ease. They chose principle over passivity. They chose each of us over themselves. They came from every background, every belief, but were united by one powerful truth, that the future is shaped by choices we make today. Now their voices are silent, but their silence still speaks. Their silence speaks of honor, of sisterhood and brotherhood, of sacrifice, and of the extraordinary impact of a single courageous choice. You see, behind every name etched on a stone, behind every name is a story of a life lived with purpose, of a decision that echoes through generations. Every name is more than just a mark. It is a story of a family left behind, a table with an empty seat, loved ones carrying hearts that continue to grieve. You see, each name etched in a stone is also a message that our lives were protected by someone who made the ultimate decision to stand in the gap. And yes, there is pain. Yes, there is loss. But greater still is the legacy of devotion they showed us, what it looks like to love our neighbors more than ourselves, to value freedom enough to fight for it, to believe that some things are worth everything. Their story didn't end with their death. It lives on in us. And that brings me to a question, my fellow Americans. That brings me to the question that's on our doorsteps today. What will we choose? Will we choose to live lives that honor their sacrifice, to defend what is right, even when it's unpopular or uncomfortable, to choose integrity over indifference, service over self, and unity over division? My fellow Americans, let today be more than just remembrance. Let it be a clear call to choose wisely, to live intentionally, to act with courage, to lead with compassion, to give and forgive freely, and to love deeply. To walk in truth and never take a single moment of life for granted, because someone chose to give us this very moment, and they paid for it with their very life. So let us carry their legacy, not just in memory, but in the decisions we make every day. You see, they chose us. Now it is our turn to choose to carry them forward. You see, we remember you and the sacrifice you and your families made. And we honor you and your families. We uphold your choice. Why? Because as Americans, we should know that freedom is not just something we inherit, it is something we steward. It is not just preserved in monuments alone, but in the decisions we make, the lives we lead, and the love we show every single day. So my fellow Americans, may we walk in gratitude, speak with grace, stand for justice, and live in such a way that those who gave all will look upon this nation and know their choice was not in vain. God bless the fallen, God bless their families, and God bless the United States of America. We will never, ever forget. Why? Because liberty lives when we choose to live worthy of it and worthy of the sacrifice required.